Bluegrass Jam Along is proud to be sponsored by Collins Guitars and Mandolins, each and every one built from the sound up in Austin, Texas. This episode is also brought to you by Peghead Nation, the home of roots music instruction. If you want to improve your playing, join me and thousands of other pickers getting better every day at pegheadnation.com. Hi, this is Matt, and you're listening to Bluegrass Jam Along, the podcast for anyone and everyone who loves bluegrass. Welcome back to Bluegrass Jam Along. This is your Bluegrass Briefing for the 3rd of February 2005. If you missed it on the podcast last week, I had a really fascinating chat with Skye all about Phillips, Grier and Fliner, the first album of their collaboration. Really cool. I've been meaning to do some more of these, kind of invite somebody on, get them to talk about particular record things, and so I'm doing some of that through this year. Following on from the one I did with Chris Eldridge about Baylor Flex Drive. So yeah, I spoke to Eric and he wanted to do that record, which is something I love. That was a great chat. Go and check that out if you haven't heard that one yet. Really good. This week's interview is going to be with Tom Neckville of Neckville Banjos. I chatted to Tom a bit last year. I hung out with him a bit at IBMA, and I'm really looking forward to this. We were going to do it before Christmas and the dates just didn't stack up in the end. So I'm recording it tonight as I record this, and it should be edited and out on Wednesday is the plan. And I'm really interested to talk to Tom. Some really interesting things he's been saying about his approach to what he's doing, how things have changed over the years, where he feels like he's headed now. And so, yes, more on that to come, but very much looking forward to sharing that one with you and very much looking forward to having that conversation. That is it for pod news. Just to say that if you know somebody who you think might like this podcast, please recommend it to them. Send them a link. Send them an episode you think you might like. All the stuff about ratings and reviews and all of that counts, and that's all good. But there's nothing quite like a word of mouth recommendation. So if you have a friend who loves bluegrass who hasn't listened to this yet, please let them know. That is it. End of the begging. Thank you very much. Let us move on with Church Street news and announcements. And the first thing is, normally I record these on a Sunday, and I'm recording this on Monday, which is the day it is also going to go out on, just because I wanted to wait, because the Grammys were announced last night, but it happened overnight UK time, and I wasn't sitting up through the night to hear all that, so I checked the results first thing this morning, and I added them into this, because I thought you would like to know which kind of related artists have won Grammy Awards. And the first one might sound slightly odd, it's Best Jazz Instrumental Album. So it's not a bluegrass album at all, but it's Remembrance, which is Chick Corea and Baylor Fleck. So there's obviously a bit of interest from all of us for Baylor winning a Grammy. Congratulations to Baylor on that. Billy Strings won Best Bluegrass Album for Billy Strings Live Volume 1. Congrats to Billy on that. Really good set of stuff in there for the best album this year. So yeah, well done, Billy. Another slightly left field, Best Traditional Blues Album is Swinging Live at the Church in Tulsa by the Taj Mahal Sextet. But that sextet includes Trey Hensley and Rob Ickes, obviously two very well-known and very well-loved figures in the world of bluegrass and string band music. So well done, Trey, well done, Rob. Both of them have been on the podcast. Trey's been on a couple of times. Congratulations to them. And Best Folk Album was Woodland from Gillian Welch and Dave Rawlings, obviously with a huge foot in this string band world, loved by a lot of people who love bluegrass. Congratulations to them. And then the evening was pretty much dominated, otherwise, from our point of view, by Sierra Farrell. She had an amazing night. She won Best American Roots Performance for Lighthouse. American Dreaming won Best Americana Performance and Best American Roots Song, which Sierra co-wrote with Melody Walker, so congratulations to both of those two. And Trail of Flowers won Best Americana Album. So yeah, great night for Sierra Farrell. Exciting to see her doing so well. So yeah, loads of good Grammys news there. Congratulations to all the winners, and congratulations to everybody else who was nominated as well, including some former podcast guests like Tony Trischka, Bronwyn Keith Hines, Dan Tyminski. Just great to see them all up there. It's marvellous. I think we're in a really golden era of acoustic music at the moment, and all of those things definitely sit within that. So congratulations to the winners and the nominees. That's the Grammys. Some more news. I mentioned this on socials last week. Alison Krauss, I'm sure you've all seen by now, has a new album coming and a tour. First album for, I think, 14 years with Union Station. It's called Arcadia. It's out on March 28th, and there's a huge North American tour in support of it. A load of people are excited. But I mean, talking about the Grammys, Alison Krauss is no stranger to the Grammys. I mean, if you look at the list of people who've won the most Grammy Awards over the years, Beyonce is top, followed by the conductor Sir George Schulte, Quincy Jones, Chick Corea, and Alison Krauss on 27. So yes, she is no stranger to the Grammys herself. As well as the album and the tour, there is a single. I'll tell you about that in a minute when we do The Grass is New. But yes, so exciting news for Alison Krauss fans. Lots to look forward to this coming year. It'd be great if they make it over to the UK for the tour. I've never actually seen Alison play live, so I would very much enjoy that. What else? Talking of tour news, Billy Strings has announced his first Australia-New Zealand tour. He's doing a bunch of stadium shows in Melbourne, Sydney, Auckland and Brisbane. So if you haven't had a chance to see Billy and you live down under, this could be your chance. And do take it if you can, because he's extraordinary. That will be fun. I'm sure they're excited about that. And other live music news, Delfest, May 22nd to 25th. That's happening. They've announced the lineup. I mean, too many bands for me to list here, but just a few highlights. Del McCoury Band, the Travelling McCouries, obviously. Sierra Farrell, who just smashed the Grammys. Dan Tyminski, Larkin Poe, Railroad Earth, Leftover Salmon, Tim O'Brien, Daryl Scott, Sister Sadie. I mean, lots of great stuff at Delfest, as always. I'll put a link in the show notes. You can go and check out the lineup and get your tickets. What else? More live music. Blue Highway. They've announced a 2-night 30th anniversary concert, which is happening on March 27th and 28th. This is how they describe it. A grand 2-night celebration of Blue Highway's 30th anniversary at the Powell Recital Hall at the Martin Center for the Arts at East Tennessee State University, featuring songs from every album in the band's discography and some brand new material, as well as special guests. A live recording will be made of this concert for Down the Road Records. I'll put a link in the show notes. You can go and check that out as well. Blue Highway, obviously, very, very well-loved band. Tim Stafford's been on the podcast more than once. Always a joy to talk to Tim. So yeah, just nice to see that being celebrated. That'll be a great pair of shows and a chance to be there for recording of the record as well. And finally saw something last week. Jake Eddy, another previous podcast guest and friend of Bluegrass Jam Along, has a new record coming called Heirloom, which is a solo album coming on April the 4th. Contains some originals, some covers, and Jake says, this project leans away from the more savage technical playing and into the more sensitive side of my playing. I am so proud. So, looking forward to hearing that. When it comes around in April, I will keep you up to date on that. So yeah, loads of news really, all the Grammy stuff. Great night for Sierra Farrell. Alison Krauss, new album, tour and single. Billy Strings is heading down under. Delfest have announced their lineup. Blue Highway are celebrating 30 years with a couple of shows and a live album. And Jake Eddy has a new solo album coming too. But let's move on now and talk about the new releases in The Grass is New. And as I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, Alison Krauss, new album, new tour, new single, Looks Like the End of the Road, is out now. On all the streaming services, wherever you get your music, go and have a listen. I've added that to the Grass is Mostly New playlist, of course. If you don't know what that is, it's a list of all the new releases that get mentioned on this podcast over the course of the year. There's a 2023 one, there's a 2024 one, there is now a 2025 one that's filling up with great new music, including Alison Krauss's new single. Also, I mentioned this on the podcast last year, but I'm With Her did a cover of Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso. and it was only available on Bandcamp. It is now on all the streaming services. I've put that in the playlist as well. And all the proceeds from the streams will go to support communities affected by the wildfires in California. So go and play that on repeat. A, because it's great, and B, because it's for a good cause, and C, because I'm with her, are just brilliant. So yeah, new Alison Krauss single, the fundraising single from I'm with her, and do go and check out the playlist and fill your ears with some good music, because there's plenty of it around at the moment. That brings us on to Scroll On Buddy, which is the thing I've spotted on social media this week. And the thing I spotted was Gabe Witcher and, various other Punch brothers, actually, posted just a little memory that Phosphorescent Blues came out 10 years ago, a few days ago. And I love that album. I think, I might be misremembering this, but I don't think so. I think when I interviewed Gabe just after he'd left Punch Brothers, he said that sort of felt like their most complete album in a way, and it certainly does to me. It's got some amazing... I saw them on the tour for that record, and it was just astonishing. I love that record so much. It's just got such a complete world of sound about it. It's just, I love it. I love it. So yeah, just a chance to celebrate that record. It's been around for 10 years. I will be listening to it in another 10 years, and another 10 after that, I am sure. And that is what has been in my ears this week. I'm listening to Phosphorescent Blues again. Stick the headphones on and get a little bit lost in it. What a great record. But that is it. That is your update for this week. Do tune in on Wednesday for the Neckville Banjos episode. Do go back and listen to the Eric Skye, Phillips, Grier and Fliner celebration episode if you missed that. And that is it. BluegrassJamAlong.com. All the backing tracks, all the chord sheets, everything, all the interviews, everything's searchable, everything's kind of, shuffleable, so you can find things you want. You can go and find episodes just about guitar or just about mandolin. You can find all the interviews I've done with writers. You can find the specials. It's all there. Go and have a play. BluegrassJamAlong.com. That's it. I'll see you next time. Have a fantastic week and happy picking.
Bluegrass Jam Along is proud to be sponsored by Collings Guitars and Mandolins, making some of the finest guitars and mandolins in the world since the 1970s. Visit collingsguitars.com and find out why.